7 black celebrities that bought back their block.
I finally came and checked out Mike block. The block is off the chain. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look what my guy did to Indianapolis. Look at this block. Yeah.
Davis recently bought up 2 buildings on Whittier Street.
I feel as though the city will be better for, everybody on this block.
Slim Thug, not just a rapper. His new investment is shining a light on older neighborhoods.
Question, well, who's Houston's Nipsey?
We noticed that there was a lot of people buying from our community that wasn't from there or never been there.
We just kind of formulated and jumped out on faith, not knowing real estate, learning as we go on our own.
This is Conklin block. We came through and we built 7 homes.
Once was the hood, now all good.
That's right, Mikey. Good job, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
Look at that. They done grew up.
Imagine strolling down your old hood, expecting nostalgia, but instead, it's like walking through a ghost town where your favorite corner store is now just a corner. Wild, right? For many, this is the stark reality in urban neighborhoods across America. It's easy to ask, where are the success stories? Where aren't those who've made it, coming back to make a difference? But here's the twist. Some of them are, and they're not just coming back. They're reclaiming what they lost, brick by brick. In this video, we're shining a spotlight on 7 black celebrities who didn't just settle for the glitz and glamour of fame. They looked back at the communities that shaped them and decided to rewrite the narrative, transforming forgotten streets into beacons of hope and opportunity. If you're a fan of hip-hop or rap, you've probably heard the phrase, buy back the block. It's a rallying cry against the systemic inequalities and disinvestment that have plagued these communities for generations. But for the folks on this list, it's more than just a slogan, it's a mission. They saw the decay, the broken promises, and the deep scars left by neglect, and decided it was time to take action. And when it comes to buying back the block, few names ring louder than Nipsey Hussle. Though it might be a stretch to say Nipsey Hussle originated the buy back the block movement, Nipsey was more than just a rapper. He was an entrepreneur, visionary, and activist with a relentless drive to uplift his community. Nipsey's legacy extends far beyond music. While many urban neighborhoods were being rapidly gentrified, with longtime residents pushed out by soaring property values, Nipsey offered a different path. His approach to buying back the block was a blueprint for empowerment, a way for residents not only to stay in their homes, but also to take control of the development in their neighborhoods. Before his tragic death in March 2019, Nipsey was deeply invested in revitalizing his community. He wasn't just talking about change, he was making it happen. He teamed up with neighbors, nonprofits, and lawmakers to create an investment fund aimed at buying back homes and commercial spaces, ensuring that ownership would remain in the hands of the community. One of Nipsey's biggest moves was purchasing a strip mall at Slauson and Crenshaw, the same spot where he once hustled. In 2017, he opened Marathon Clothing, a cutting-edge and community-focused smart store in that very plaza. But he didn't stop there. He and his partner, David Gross, bought the entire plaza, transforming it into a hub for the community. Nipsey's commitment went beyond business. He launched Vector 90, a co-working space in South LA aimed at incubating local businesses and providing STEM programs for youth. It was a launchpad for dreams, reinforcing Nipsey's unwavering commitment to his roots. Hussle infused his principles into his music when he hopped on Rick Ross's Buy Back the Block refinance. For him, buy back the block wasn't just another catchy phrase, it was a real strategy. Through his music and actions, he fought against displacement and worked to revitalize his Hyde Park neighborhood, changing the narrative for a community long overlooked. But Nipsey's vision didn't stop in LA. He aimed to take his blueprint nationwide with an initiative called Our Opportunity, partnering with figures like T.I. and Charlemagne the God to create a fund for investing in marginalized neighborhoods. The goal? To turn stories of neglect into ones of empowerment. Nipsey's work showed that real change starts with investing in the community, one block at a time. Next, we have Mike Epps. When you think of Mike Epps, comedy is probably the first thing that comes to mind. But this Indianapolis-born comedian has been up to something quite different from cracking jokes. And if you caught him on HGTV, a network more known for home renovations than stand-up routines, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In his show, Buying Back the Block, Mike and his wife, Kyra, are doing just that, purchasing and renovating homes in the Kennedy King neighborhood of Indianapolis, where Mike's story began. For Mike, this isn't just another project, it's personal. He has deep roots in this neighborhood, having lived in several of the houses he's now reclaiming, including 2 where his family once faced eviction. These homes are more than just properties. They're pieces of his past, filled with memories that shaped him. Born on November 18, 1970, in Indianapolis, Mike Epps might have moved to Brooklyn in the 1990s to chase his dreams on Def Comedy Jam, but he never forgot where he came from. The idea of buying back his block has been on Mike's mind for decades. Starting in 2003, he began purchasing properties on the block where his grandmother raised her family back in the 1960s, a neighborhood that had fallen on hard times due to crime and drugs. His grandmother's house was lost in the process, but Mike bought it back for next to nothing and held on to it, knowing one day he'd want to restore it. After the tumultuous events of 2020, including the pandemic, Mike and Kyra decided it was time to return to Indianapolis and breathe new life into the block. They were already gentrifying the neighborhood, Kyra said. "We wanted to stay here. We've been here for over 60 years, and we're going to stay here." Their project started with their own home, a former firehouse, and expanded to 2 other properties on the block, including Mike's grandmother's house. For them,
Well, finally came and checked out Mike block. The block is up the chain. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look what my guy did to Indianapolis. Look at this block.
Yes. Once was the hood, now all good.
That's right, Mikey. Good job.
this isn't just about home makeovers. It's about reclaiming their roots and ensuring the history of the neighborhood lives on. Although they've kept the exact locations in their wraps, these homes are on Mike's childhood block around 21st Street and Carlton Avenue. But the Epps vision doesn't stop there. They're determined to bring affordable housing to the community and expand their efforts to other parts of Indianapolis and beyond. They've already begun purchasing lots on the east side of the city and have their sights set on mid-sized cities like Milwaukee and Cincinnati for future projects. And because it's Mike Epps, you know they're planning to add some fun to the mix, like buying a local club to bring some grown-up entertainment back to the area. As Mike puts it, "We have a nice formula, and what we've started here will help us do something on a larger scale for the community." This journey is about more than just bricks and mortar. It's about giving back to the people and places that made them who they are. Quick pause. If this video is hitting right, go ahead and subscribe. We're all about highlighting the grind and the wins that make a difference. Let's get back to the action. Gervonta Davis. Renowned for his knockout punches in the boxing ring, Baltimore native Gervonta Davis is now delivering a different kind of hit, this time to the systemic neglect plaguing his hometown. Despite his global success, Davis has never forgotten where he came from, and with his latest endeavor, he's ensuring that Baltimore never forgets him either. Recently, Davis made headlines by acquiring 2 buildings on Woodyear Street in the Sandtown, Winchester area, one of Baltimore's most distressed neighborhoods, marked by abandonment and a lack of resources. Like so many urban areas across the country, Sandtown, Winchester has struggled with systemic issues, but Davis is determined to break that cycle. His vision? To revitalize the community with affordable housing and turn these vacant structures into symbols of hope.
This block here of Sandtown, Winchester is where Davis grew up. Davis recently bought up 2 buildings on Woodyear Street. He hopes to be an example for others living in the neighborhood. Well, right now, Davis's team is rehabbing 2 homes. Eventually, the plan is to acquire an entire block, rehab the homes, and convert them to affordable housing.
In a video shared on social media, Davis proudly accepted the documents for his newly acquired properties, signaling the start of something transformative. His commitment to breathing new life into Woodyear Street resonated far and wide, with social media lighting up in support. One comment captured the moment perfectly. More and more successful Black people are making the necessary moves to prioritize community over individuality like we've been conditioned, and it's beautiful. Davis's initiative stands as a shining example of using success for the greater good. He's channeling his resources into addressing the urgent needs of underdeveloped areas. This move isn't just about property, it's about challenging the status quo and investing in the very community that shaped him. For Gervonta Davis, true progress means lifting up the collective, not just the individual. Slim Thug. Known as the boss of all bosses and the king of the North, Slim Thug is a towering figure in Houston's rap scene. But beyond the music, Slim Thug, born Stavey Jerome Thomas, is also a strong advocate for ownership, independence, and investment. Since the late 1990s, he's been making waves on the city's iconic Swisha House label, and while his success as an independent artist is well known, his impact extends far beyond the studio. In 2015, he decided to take his talents from the mic to the community by partnering with friends to create Boss Life Construction. Their mission? To revitalize Acres Homes, a historic neighborhood in Houston. Together, they began rehabbing, refurbishing, and rebuilding sections of Acres Homes, turning abandoned properties into affordable housing for low-income families. Their work didn't just restore homes, it raised property values and brought new life to the community.
Who's Houston's Nipsey?
And he's doing so with some of his longtime friends. There's Troy Green, Corey Crawford, and LaShawn West. Their plan to rebuild this community had humble beginnings, so they decided to try their hands at it themselves. In 2016, they completed their first block, transforming this into this.
We want to try to develop this whole block, this whole neighborhood.
We're buying older homes or foreclosed homes, and we're remodeling them to make them look better and bringing them more up to date.
And the friends hope that what they're doing inspires others.
Slim Thug's connections to Acres Homes runs deep. Born in the Homestead area on Houston's north side, he moved to Acres Homes in his early teens. Even after achieving success in the music industry, he remained committed to giving back to the neighborhood that shaped him. Over the years, Slim Thug has built about 10 low-income homes in the area, and in 2022, he and his partners took it a step further by constructing townhouses in Acres Homes. But Slim Thug's contributions to Houston go beyond bricks and mortar. Through his organization, Boss Life, he's hosted several events like the Boss Life Ball, which honors local entrepreneurs, and he even gave away a house to a Hurricane Harvey survivor. His dedication to his city is driven by one simple principle: he likes to give back. For Slim Thug, it's not just about being a boss in the rap game, it's about being a boss in his community too. Issa Rae. While Issa Rae is celebrated for her groundbreaking work in entertainment, her impact extends far beyond the screen. Born in Los Angeles, she spent parts of her childhood in Senegal and Maryland before returning to LA in 6th grade. It was in the predominantly black neighborhood of View Park, Windsor Hills that her love for storytelling blossomed, a passion that now fuels her commitment to giving back to her community. Issa's dedication to South LA goes beyond showcasing its vibrant culture in hit shows like Insecure and Sweet Life. She's made significant investments in the area, spotlighting local black businesses and bringing neighborhoods like Leimert Park, Baldwin Hills, and View Park into the national conversation, not just as settings, but as thriving, culturally rich communities. In 2019, Issa took her commitment to the next level by becoming a co-owner and partner of Hilltop Coffee Plus Kitchen in Inglewood. This coffee shop, now with 3 locations, was established to fill the void of locally owned dining and coffee spots in the area, becoming the first of its kind in View Park, Windsor Hills. That same year, Issa made another bold move by purchasing a commercial property in Inglewood to serve as the headquarters for her company, Issa Rae Productions, now known as Hooray Media, dedicated to uplifting and celebrating black artists. Hooray has become a beacon for underrepresented voices in the entertainment industry. In 2023, the company partnered with Walmart's Black and Unlimited Digital Development Program, providing resources and opportunities for black creators looking to elevate their brands. Issa's commitment to South LA deepened further with her plans to develop a new studio campus in her area. Her vision for the studio is to serve as an economic catalyst for the community, providing a space where local filmmakers can thrive and where diverse stories can be told. For Issa Rae, storytelling isn't just a career, it's a tool for social change and economic empowerment, providing that when we invest in our communities, everyone benefits. Alonzo Stallworth, aka King Yachty. Alonzo Stallworth's journey began on the east side of Detroit, but his impact is being felt all across the city. As a hip-hop artist and licensed contractor, his mission extends beyond music. He's dedicated to revitalizing the streets that shaped him. Growing up on Archdale Street, off 7 Mile, on Detroit's west side, Stallworth witnessed his neighborhood's slow decline, marked by overgrown lots and deteriorating homes, as the community was left starved of critical investment. But Stallworth, or King Yachty, as most people know him, wasn't about to let his childhood block fade into history. Instead, he took action. In 2018, with a builder's license in one hand and funds from his music career in the other, he launched The Block Development.
The booming downtown versus the blighted neighborhoods. Alonzo Stallworth is the man looking to flip that tale on its head. But a stroll down the street today and you'll find the picture looks a lot different. It all started with this home here. 1 home became 2, 2 became 3, and today he owns 8 different properties. So when the opportunity came to buy up the abandoned houses that were helping to fuel crime, in 2018, Stallworth launched The Block Development.
His goal? To buy back the block and restore the charm and pride of his neighborhood, one house at a time. For Stallworth, this mission is deeply personal, driven by a tragedy on his 5th birthday, when he awoke to the devastating news that his parents had been murdered in their own home. This loss instilled in him a drive to create a safe, nurturing environment for others, something he lost so early in life. So, when the opportunity to buy up the abandoned houses, fueling crime and despair arose, he didn't hesitate. It all started with a single home, an abandoned property that like so many others, had stood vacant for over a decade. What started as one house quickly expanded to 8, each renovation a step towards restoring hope and community pride. King Yadi's efforts are transforming a crime-ridden neighborhood into a thriving community, providing safe homes and job opportunities for young people. The people we are changing and touching out there. That is the beautiful thing out of all of it, Stallworth says. His work hasn't gone unnoticed. Even the local police, once a symbol of the area's struggles, now stop by to compliment the progress. Stallworth can't help but smile when he talks about it. There is no violence at all. Seeing that change, I know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Since launching the block development, Stallworth has renovated over 30 homes, with no plans of slowing down. His vision extends beyond single-family homes. He's eyeing multi-unit apartment complexes and even restaurants, but no matter how big the project gets, Stallworth's heart remains firmly rooted in the community. T.I. Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as T.I., is a rapper, actor, and fashion icon who doesn't play when it comes to his people in Atlanta. Not long ago, he took a hard look at the once vibrant neighborhood he grew up in and didn't like what he saw. To flip the script for kids like him, he founded Buy Back the Block in 2017, a real estate venture aimed at revitalizing his community, one building at a time. Harris initially focused on residential properties, with one of his developments opening at the end of 2019. To ensure affordability for Center Hill residents, Harris partnered with seasoned real estate agent Crystal Peterson to offer homes at reasonable prices. As he puts it, "I'm trying to build a community where the people within it can be proud. If they're proud, they'll have more of a sense of wanting to maintain it." Recently, T.I. expanded his impact by opening Trap City Cafe in his Bankhead neighborhood, located next to his Trap Music Museum, offers top-notch food, live music, game nights, and karaoke. Additionally, he has joined forces with fellow rapper Killer Mike to revive the Bankhead Seafood Restaurant, which closed during the COVID-19 shutdowns. T.I.'s efforts continue to blend community revitalization with entrepreneurial spirit. For these icons, success has always meant more than personal gain. It's about legacy, community, and empowerment. They haven't just invested in real estate, they've reinvested in the very people and places that shape them. Their actions remind us that true greatness is measured not by fame or fortune, but by the impact we have on others. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories that dive deep into the grind, the wins, and everything in between. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.